Let me tell you something most people realize too late. The worst things in your life didn't appear suddenly. They didn't come out of nowhere. They didn't attack you randomly. They were quietly forming long before you ever saw them. And here's the terrifying part. By the time most people notice a negative timeline, they're already living inside it. But today, I'm going to show you something very few people understand: how to stop a negative timeline before it becomes real. Not after the damage, not after the loss, not after the regret. Before. Every moment of your life is a fork in the road. Right now, there are multiple versions of your future trying to pull you toward them. One leads to peace, one leads to stagnation, one leads to regret, one leads to growth. But here's what nobody tells you. You don't enter negative timelines through big decisions. You enter them through small emotional states. A repeated thought, a tolerated emotion, a belief you stopped questioning. Timelines don't begin with events. They begin with inner permission. The moment you say, "This is just how life is. This is who I am. This probably won't change," that's the moment a negative timeline locks onto you. Negative timelines always give warnings, but they don't scream, they whisper. They show up as constant heaviness for no clear reason, repeating the same problems with different faces, losing excitement for things you once loved, feeling like time is slipping faster than it should. That's not life being hard. That's a timeline trying to solidify. Most people make the mistake of fixing the outer situation: new job, new relationship, new city. But the timeline follows. Because timelines aren't built from circumstances, they're built from identity. Here's the rule that changes everything. No timeline can manifest without your emotional agreement. Read that again. Your fear is permission. Your resentment is permission. Your hopelessness is permission. Negative timelines feed on emotional repetition. That's why some people seem unlucky. They're not unlucky, they're consistent. Consistent in doubt, consistent in self-betrayal, consistent in ignoring inner signals. And consistency creates reality. There is a precise moment when a negative future can be stopped instantly. It's not when things fall apart. It's not when you hit rock bottom. It's when you catch yourself saying, "This always happens to me." That sentence is a timeline anchor. The second you hear yourself say it, pause. Not to fight it, not to deny it, but to say, "This is a pattern, not my destiny." That single shift breaks the momentum. Timelines survive on unconscious agreement. Awareness cuts the power supply. Here's how you override a negative timeline before it manifests. You don't ask, "How do I fix this?" You ask, "Who would never experience this?" Because timelines respond to identity, not effort. A person who respects themselves doesn't beg. A person who trusts life doesn't panic. A person aligned with growth doesn't stay stuck. When you embody the identity, the timeline collapses. Not slowly, immediately. Reality reorganizes around who you believe you are allowed to be. Let me leave you with this. The future isn't attacking you, it's responding to you. Every negative timeline you fear only exists as a possibility, not a sentence, not a punishment, not fate. And the moment you stop feeding it emotionally, it starves. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself, what future am I emotionally rehearsing? Because whatever you rehearse long enough eventually takes the stage. And this time, you get to choose which story plays.